Alright guys, I'm Gesdo. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're looking at something very special for the RWBY fandom. We're looking at the new RWBY project, RWBY IceQueendom. This, as I'm sure you guys know, is a Japanese RWBY story that is going to be both 2D and 3D animated. I am insanely excited just based off of the characters that we've seen so far and just like the passion that I've seen from the words of the creators. I have a huge amount of faith that this is going to look good. Now, I don't know, I'm going to find out hopefully soon, but I don't know exactly what this is. Is this going to be, I know it's an AU story, but is it going to be an AU story that's going to tell the story of RWBY just in a different way? Or is it an AU story that takes place that's going to, have the RWBY characters involved, but it's going to be separate from the actual story? Whichever one it is, I'm really excited. Like, I don't know if there's going to be multiple seasons of this. I don't know if this is going to keep going. Hell, this could end up just being a movie for all we know. Whatever the case, I'm excited. Like, this is something I haven't felt for RWBY in a long, since RWBY Volume 8 came out. Like, this feels like I'm in RWBY season. This feels like it's a Saturday during RWBY season, Like, I feel like I just finished watching an episode of RWBY. That's how excited I am. I have complete faith in the creators. We even have some people who are fans of RWBY and have been watching since the Red trailer. And then we have people who have like just started watching RWBY and who were able to find the charm in the Beacon arc, which I think that this story is going to be based in. Like I said, I have faith. They said that they want to, do the story justice and the action justice. I think that the action is honestly going to end up being better than what we have in RWBY, at least during current times, because, well, in my opinion, I feel like the action ranges from pretty good to, oh god, this is horrible. And as far as the story goes, I think if they do capture that charm of the Beacon arc, because the Beacon arc is such a charmful moment in the show, like, it's why so many people are able to, like, get into this show, is because that is a great opening for it. Like, that I feel like that arc is perfect to for bringing people in, because it's just charming to see these characters, to see these girls, get better, learn from their mistakes, get to see their struggles, get to see them really goofy, but at the same time get to see them really serious. Definitely, as far as the story, I think the Beacon arc was okay, but the charm really came from the characters and their reaction to things. It's not a perfect arc, but it does its job, which is bringing in people. Which I feel like that charm has never fully been there since Volume 3. I think Volume 3 was the last volume that like had that charm. But I think if they were able to capture that in this AU RWBY IceQueendom whatever, then I think a lot of people will like it. Old fans, new fans. They said they're trying to attract both old fans and new fans. You never know. Maybe new fans will watch this and then go to the actual like main RWBY show, and they'll enjoy it too, and then we'll get more fans. And if we're worried about being confused, we shouldn't be. If Fate can have like multiple different timelines, and if like Miraculous Ladybug can have a whole movie based in a completely alternate different timeline, I feel like this shouldn't be much of a problem. Comic book series do it all the time. They have different series for the same characters. One, like Spider-Man has a bunch of series. You have one where he's older, one where he's a high school student, one where he ends up in a planet filled with, intelligent animals. So I think if they're able to do that, I think us RWBY fans aren't dumb. I think we can figure out which one is the real story, which one is not, especially since we already have that with the comics. Like, the comics aren't exactly canon, but, none of us are going like, wait, did Weiss actually meet Batman? Like, none of us are doing that. So I think I have enough faith in the RWBY fandom to think that this is going to be a good idea. Oh no, look at that! Oh, that's so good. They're in the actual colors. That's cool. I like that a lot. They're into it. That's what I like to see.
Thank you. That's
that's cute.
Well, I never thought that we'll see this pose on this Anime Japan stage.
And here we go. Okay.
Oh.
God, look at it. Look at them all. So this is gonna be like a Retelling, maybe.
かつて人は塵より生まれ、強く賢く創造性に満ちていた。
I like this like storybook look in the background. God, look at that.
行ってきます、ママ。
Oh,
こいいとこさ、見せちゃうから。
yo, let's go. Oh my
私は
god.
ワイス主義、カンパニーの後継者です。
Oh, it's gonna be the armored fight.
現実はおとぎ話のようにはいかないわ。
好きな妹と一緒にビーコンに入れるなんて最高。
君たちは戦士として訓練を受けてきた。在学中の4年間
Was that a boob chuckle?
大した努力もなしにリーダーになったことがそんなに嬉しいの。
Okay, so yeah, a little bit of
そうに
3D.
大っ嫌い。
君をリーダーにしたことを間違いとは思わない。どう責任を全うすべきか。
Austin.
何か言いなよ。どうしたらいいかわからないんです。
Oh, we're getting a little bit more, huh? Oh, IceQueendom. IceQueendom, like maybe because it's gonna focus on Ruby and Weiss. Yeah, we're focusing on Weiss a lot. Oh. 2022. Oh yeah, I think the summer. Oh, that looks great.
Well, there are a lot of things that we wanted to know.
Okay,
about.
so this is gonna be a
Can we
retelling, but like in an
ask
anime
you how you
format, and I
thought
think they're gonna
about,
add
watching
more,
the characters move in 2D?
like Yang.
Yes,
The action was so good.
Weiss.
With Weiss,
Didn't
yeah.
you see 2 Weisses?
Okay.
I thought there was 2.
Did that
who is
mean
that?
something? Mirror, mirror on the wall?
Yes, I'm a little confused. Yes, very mysterious.
What?
Mystery
Alternate universes.
and mystery. Yes,
2
Weiss
Weisses?
appeared a lot,
I thought that was just a
several
reflect. I
times
thought
in
that was
the-
just like
in
an
the
anime
trailer.
thing.
But I think it showed something within the heart, and
Okay.
and she tends to clash a lot with Ruby,
Yes.
and that kind of scene was depicted in the trailer. So I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen. And yeah, my heart.
Are we gonna get to see Weiss's inner self? What the heck? Is that her like aura version of herself?
Koshimizu-san?
We didn't even see the outfits. The new
There's
outfits.
going to be 2 Weisses. Things are going to be quite complicated. Just having one Weiss was really enough.
Okay, so the live stream just ended and it was really good. As far as information goes, it was a bit light, but I mean, we got to see the trailer. We got to see some of the action. It looks really good. And also we got a little bit of a performance, which we'll talk about. So let me just quickly go over everything that they talked about. A lot of it is stuff that you can already see on the website. You guys might already have known this while watching the live stream. But like you have the broadcasting schedule hasn't been announced yet, so just keep on checking out the Twitter and it will be announced there. I heard it's gonna be summer 2022. I think it'd be amazing if this came out and then after that RWBY Volume 9 came out like a month or 2 after, because I mean that would be like, oh, perfect. It's like we had this whole year where I'm not the whole year, but most of the year where it's like kind of a RWBY drought, and then I mean no. When this comes out, it would have been a year since Volume 8 came out. But like I'm saying, like we had this whole drought with no RWBY content, and then after that we're gonna get RWBY after RWBY. I think that'd be pretty cool. Like I'm just saying that'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be on Crunchyroll. I hope so, because I have Crunchyroll. I don't want to have another streaming service, so hopefully it's on Crunchyroll. And we could just watch it there. I don't think it's gonna be on the Rooster Teeth site though. Like I don't know, something I feel like it's gonna be similar to like Genlock, which might get some people upset, but I mean, what we're getting, I think it's completely worth it. Unlike with Genlock, where it sounds like it really wasn't. So yeah, we're also gonna get figures from Good Smile. I'm pretty sure they've done like RWBY figures in the past, and it's gonna be based off of the IceQueendom designs. We didn't see any of the designs in the trailer, so I'm wondering what's going on. It could be possible that we're going to maybe midway into the series branch off and then go to a completely different and colder location, and that's why everybody's going to look a little bit different. That's a possibility, but I don't know when they could possibly branch off, because we see that they reach up to, I think, Black and White is the episode name. So like they cover all of Volume 1. So I'm wondering when we're going to be branching off and when they're going to be wearing these new outfits. Maybe it was just to show off. Maybe it was just like a cool design. But like, there are a lot of designs that just look like they're plot heavy. Weiss's design looks plot heavy. And like, Pyrrha's design looks very plot heavy. Like, why is she wearing a dress when everybody else is wearing like things to keep themselves warm? And they said that this is going to have, that the designs do have to do with the OG, our original creations and for the IceQueendom. So, I mean, there has to be something with the designs, and they're probably in the show somewhere. And I'm gonna guess that we are going to really dive out of the RWBY storyline and do maybe something else. Maybe there is no Salem in this world. Well, no, because we heard Salem, right? So Salem is in here. But maybe like the destruction of Beacon happens differently. Maybe it doesn't happen at all. Maybe something else happens and it gets the kids to travel somewhere far. I don't know. But yeah, we're definitely branching off. And we see another example of them branching out. We're going to talk about the trailer more after I'm done going through all these news. But it does look like we're going to be branching off and doing some new things and adding more detail into the story. We're also going to be getting a manga version, and it's going to be coming out in like a monthly manga magazine, which, that's real anime right there, completely real anime. Except I'm pretty sure this anime is going to come before the manga, so that's the only thing. But that's going to be still pretty cool to see, and definitely a really cool collector's item as well. Finally, I feel like this is like the biggest thing for me that, like, from all this news is that we're going to be getting an opening and an outro. I've been wanting RWBY to get an outro for forever. I like how they show like behind the scenes and like, the concept art, but I wish there was like some music playing in the background for like, music that you hear in every episode at the end of the episode. I think that'd be really cool. I'm glad that we're getting it here, and it's going to be called Awake, and it's made by RWBY's voice actress. She actually showed off during the live stream, and it sounded really, really good. It's even in the trailer too. It sounds really dramatic. I wrote dramatic and badass. So I'm excited to just see that at the end of every episode. And I'm gonna rewatch the trailer as well, where I'm gonna get to see a little bit of that song during the trailer. Speaking of the trailer, let's quickly talk about it. So yeah, this looks like a retelling of RWBY Volume 1. I don't know if they're going to be doing, it looks like most likely they're going to be doing Volume 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, which I think it's really, really cool. Once again, we don't know when or if they're going to branch out completely from the RWBY storyline, or if they're just going to add more detail. So far, this trailer has shown us that they're adding more detail, which we'll see soon. But I don't know if they're going to be telling a completely different story, if we're going to get new villains, if we're going to get new characters, stuff like that. We have RWBY, we have what sounds like, and it's probably Salem talking in the background, so it looks like Salem is still involved. That looked like dust. But yeah, we have the beacon test that they put the kids through. We see a Grimm, and man, does that thing look threatening. Like, look at it, the fur, I love it so much. It reminds me of like Volume 4. Like, I felt like Volume 4 really made those Grimm look thick. And it looks like we're getting that again. Just look at the spikes. It looks really good. This looks really good. Really good detail. The background also looks good. It reminds me of like a storybook in a way, which I think is what they were going for. We're also getting, RWBY in front of Summer Rose's gravestone, something that we didn't get in Volume 1, but instead got like in the trailer in Volume 3. So that's completely new. Sayori, that's the name of the singer and the voice actress of Ruby Rose. We're getting this, and I just love the cape moving and just how slim like the movement is. Like, it looks so good, and the movement of the scythe too looks so good. Like, jeez, Weiss here, she has a really good moment during the trailer. Blake has a boob moment, I guess. Like, they actually have boob physics in this series, which, okay, I guess anime, whatever. But hopefully, I do hope that this show doesn't get, like, really sexualized. Hopefully that boob physics scene is the only one that we're going to get. That looks like it's going to be the case because, like, Yang with the biggest boobs isn't jiggling around. So that's pretty good. But yeah, we're getting, yeah, look at that. We're getting, like, we can even see the saliva of the Grimm. it looks like it's going to be really dynamic, the fight scenes, which I think is going to be really, really cool. I don't think it's going to 100% copy Monty's action, which I think it shouldn't. It should be its own thing. But instead it's gonna be dramatic. It's gonna be fast paced, and it's gonna be really, maybe even Sakuga. It looks like it's gonna be Sakuga level based off what we got. But we're also seeing some trailer stuff as well. I don't know if this might be a flashback that we see with Weiss. Weiss is very heavily involved in this series, in this volume, which she is in volume 1, to be fair. But the title of the thing is called IceQueendom. And we're getting a lot of Weiss in the trailer. We didn't get a lot of Blake, which is really concerning because she is pretty. Maybe this is just because this is the first trailer, but she is really important in volume 1 near the end. So hopefully she does get a really good story. But yeah, why are you so bossy? I hate you. And after that, it looks like that comment kind of hurt Weiss a little bit more than it did in the original, which is really interesting. I think, like I said, they're going to put more detail into this story, which I think is really good. But yeah, we're getting this action here. My God. Look at that. Look how the heaviness of the scythe is there. The movement is there. These guys are getting their asses handed to them, which I love. Story of friendship. Weiss looks really good here as well. Ozpin looks great here too. And then Yang here as well, like I said, more detail. When they're looking for Blake, you see her going like, "Don't be silent, say something." And then Weiss is like, I don't know what to do. Hopefully that they do fill in that blank, and they do have this character actually show Weiss turning over a new leaf, as opposed to just pop, all right, she's not racist again. Realistically, it would take a lot longer than one day, but at least if they showed that, her changing, that at least be a lot more realistic than her just changing like that. So it looks like that could possibly be what we're gonna get here. This is really interesting because this is a this is an area from the volume 5 trailer. And this is when she was training with Winter. I don't know if this is what's going on here, if we're gonna see Winter in this. Well, it's probably a flashback. But I think that's really interesting how we're seeing some volume 5 settings as well. It just shows that these guys have watched all of RWBY, and because of that, they're able to, at the end of the day, hindsight is a very powerful weapon, and that's something that these creators have. They're able to see what Miles, Carey, and Monty had planned, and they're able to make it a lot more clear, make it cleaner. If they want to do their own things and make it even more dramatic, then they can do that as well. They have all the cards are in their favor. They just have to I guess they just have to do it, and I do think it's important to go back to the source material. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but the person that's making the Halo series, he said that he's trying to detach himself from the games, which I think is really stupid, because the games are the things that attracted us in the first place. So there are things in it that you should pay attention to, and you should try and put into your own series, while also doing your own thing as well. You shouldn't just completely ignore all of the original source material. And I think that's the same thing with this show. I think that while I hope that they do their own thing, and I hope they add more detail, they also don't step too far from what RWBY actually is, which they've said multiple times they aren't. I'm hoping that they have that charm in this volume and in like this whole series, because that's the thing that really attracted RWBY fans. It's the charm. And I feel like they lost that in like, you know, current volumes, you know, the OG RWBY, in my opinion. But something that will never be replaced is that Beacon. And whenever I go back and watch Beacon, the Beacon arc, that charm is still there. And if they're able to take that charm and, you know, keep it rolling throughout the series, while also making it more dark, while also making, you know, serious and, you know, dramatic and emotional scenes, I think you got a really good series on your hand. But yeah, I'm really excited to see this girl. Like, I have a feeling it's gonna be so good. I'm interested. I'm wondering how much they're gonna change, and it's coming out in 2022. I mean, come on, that's so cool. I'm so excited. It's a great day to be a RWBY fan, 100%. So yeah, this was my reaction to RWBY IceQueendom. I'm so excited to see what we're going to be getting, what we're going to get in store. I'm excited to see what's coming up. I'm definitely going to react to it. I don't care if I've seen RWBY Volume 1 before. It's going to be completely different. It is completely different already. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys, if you guys, I mean, stick with me, not react, but subscribe, like. I plan on doing other RWBY videos. You know, I actually have a RWBY Beacon Arc review that I'm working on right now. I'm rewatching Volume 3 so I can review that part as well. So subscribe for that. I have some other plans for RWBY as well. Theories, breakdowns, what ifs. Just fun RWBY videos. So if you guys want to know when I upload next, just subscribe. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Until then,